would say what inspired me to play sports was my family. My dad was always into sports. He played sports his whole life, and right as I started playing, I loved the competitiveness of everything, so I would always play, a sport in every season. Each season would be a different sport. So after my freshman season of baseball, I was going into my summer travel team for baseball, and I had started to lose the love that I once had for the game. I was so locked in on football at that point in my mindset that I just wanted to spend as much time perfecting my craft on the field, in the weight room, that would directly contribute to my skills on the field. And I thought that baseball was holding me back a little bit. So initially when I told my parents that I wanted to stop playing baseball, my parents were a little questioning of my choice to potentially just focus in on football, but I think they saw my drive and my vision to play football at the next level, and then they ended up coming around and supporting me with my decision.
Yeah, so some things that athletes should consider when they're thinking about just playing the one sport. Just consider, if you're going to do that, you just got to understand that you are putting yourself at higher risk for injury, for overuse injury, depending on the sport. Just the amount of, so if you use the example of a baseball pitcher, it's like if you're pitching 80 pitches a game 2 times a week for season after season after season, and you're not resting, you're not doing the proper training, that's going to keep you a lot of time where people want to start having a lot of pain in those areas, and spending time training the muscles that you're continually using time and time again.
Yeah, so after I made the decision to just focus on football, I knew that I had to really get in the weight room, get stronger and faster. And I heard of PFP through some of my friends, some other athletes that I know that came here. When I first came to PFP, I knew that it was going to be great for me, because I could tell that all of the workouts were personalized. They didn't just have one workout for every athlete to do. They really tried to make sure that your skills that you were trying to gain and perfect were included in the workouts, whether that's strength, speed, flexibility, mobility, all of that stuff. I could just tell from the start that PFP was a great choice for me.
So the way PFP programs for football athletes, at the middle school age, really their biggest thing is being able to build up core strength, just get stronger and just faster overall, just become more athletic. It's usually when they get into high school is where we start hitting a lot more specific things, because they're at the point where they're almost they've passed puberty, so they're now really focused on just putting on muscle and getting faster and getting stronger. And so for Clayton in particular, he was at the age where, okay, we could start being more specific about his training, which was a lot of speed, agility, and just getting stronger. But for his position, being able to be fast and get in and out of cuts quickly is super important. And so one thing that athletes can face when doing that, as a wide receiver, is you're making a lot of cuts in the game, and especially where everybody's playing on turf now, it's like you are more susceptible to ankle injuries, to knee injuries too. And so one thing we try and hit on with Clayton is how can we continue to build up his hip, knee, and ankle strength, and just overall core stability, so he's able to get in and out of those cuts quickly without getting injured.
Yeah, so Coach Alec, he's been like an older brother to me, to be honest. Ever since I got here, we've had a special bond where I could always text him or talk to him about really anything, whether it's related to my sport or not. Just the other day, we had our decision day at Urbana, and Alec came and was there with me, which really meant a lot to me and just showed how much he cares about his athletes. For me, even though I've just reached a huge milestone and one of my lifetime goals, I know that I got to keep going. And for me, this is probably the most important offseason of my entire life, just getting ready to play football at Bridgewater College, because I know that they expect me to make an instant impact for the team. PFP is working with Bridgewater College's workout plan for the summer to really maximize everything that they have and everything that PFP has to offer, to really make sure that I'm ready for this upcoming season.
So one of the reasons we try and connect with the college coaches about their programs. So for Clayton in particular, and he just got his strength and conditioning program for the summer. So I know a big piece of it is conditioning. The biggest thing we want out of Clayton is for him to go to Bridgewater and be completely prepared. here are the things that we haven't been working on, but they want you to work on. So we're going to practice these skills and get you really good at them, and continue to work on the things that he can improve on himself, whether it's speed and agility or just stability in certain areas. But now it just becomes a lot more personalized.
PFP is more than just a gym. I've built relationships here with the coaches that will last a lifetime, and I've learned lessons that I can't just apply to my sport, but also in life that will always stay with me.
Clayton, man, I'm proud of you. I'm so impressed with the athlete and the leader that you've become. One thing I want you to continue to just keep that same mentality of, there's always room to grow, and that you don't have to be the most standout player. You don't have to be the most, the loudest person in the locker room to be a leader. You know what I mean? A lot of it's in the way you carry yourself, and I think you carry yourself in such a way that people will notice. So continue to keep that mentality, continue to work hard, continue to grind, continue to want to push yourself inside and out, and I guarantee you'll see a lot of success.